your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 1+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. People Managing GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello participants, thank you so much for joining today's session. We'll be starting a session now. Please allow me a minute so I can share my screen and we can start for the today's session. Meanwhile, please let us know where you are watching these sessions from. You can drop your locations in the chat box and we would love to see that. Here we go. I hope you all can see my screen and I would love to give you all a very warm welcome to our series GSDC Certified Learning, Enterprise AI at Scale, Reliability, Security and Performance, with a theme that is redefining enterprise success by scaling AI responsibly with strong governance system, reliability and high performance delivery. My name is Preetham. I'll be here as moderator. Feel free to reach out to me in case if you have any question or any concerns related to GSDC. You can reach out to me over the chat box directly and I'm very happy to assist you all. What excites this series more that we do have these incredible AI experts who lined up for this entire week, and today we'll be having the last session. So I'll be introducing our speaker for today in my coming slides. So please stay connected till the end as I do have announcement for the upcoming weeks as well, the sessions that we have scheduled for all of you. So before I could hand over the mic to our speaker, would love to quickly introduce our hosting organization, those who have joined us for the first time. We're known as Global Skill Development Council. We're vendor agnostic, vendor neutral. We're globally recognized certification body and we're accredited by ABICB. We do have 100 plus certification portfolio with us and we have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide so far. We have 500 plus subject matter experts. Those are our industry experts. They work with us closely to design our programs, exams, and all the deliverables. Also, we are associated with 1,000 plus multinational corporates, 500 Fortune companies, and 50 plus universities across the world. And I'm very proud to inform you all that we do have 100 plus authorized training partner across the world, that we have partners in Asia, Africa, Canada, America, and many other countries. So a big thanks to all our training partners and those who have joined us through our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program for yourself, feel free to reach out to our training partners to have an inquiry about it. You will find the contact details shortly in the chat box. A special thanks to our official media partner, World Press Hub. They cover all our events and press releases. A quick introduction to the GSDC AI Studio, amazing platform for all the AI learners out there. We are providing 100 plus live sessions on AI, which is led by global experts, where you'll be getting 4 daily sessions, which is 45 minutes of live, impactful sessions along with the hands-on learning, where you can apply all the concept immediately that you have learned. And if you get any question, doubts, that will be resolved instantly, real-time basis with the help of our subject matter experts and our global leaders. So this training is aligned with the industry standards for the job-ready skills. benefits. So if you want to know more about GSTC AI Studio, feel free to reach out to our learning advisors. I'll share the contact details. So this is an amazing opportunity to learn from the AI leaders around the globe, right? So feel free to reach out to learning advisors to get more information and how to access the GSTC AI Studio. This is our current certification portfolio, which is specifically designed for our professional who want to upskill themselves or who want to stay industry relevant in this AI era, right? We do have certification in learning and development, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor, implementer, project management, and PMO, agile DevOps, SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and so on. So in case if you're looking for any of this certification, feel free to reach out to a learning advisor to get more information, or you can visit our website, which is mentioned below, www.gsdcouncil.org, to check the detailed information, all the listed certification programs that we have, and also other offerings that GSTC has for all of you. So a quick introduction to all the benefits you'll be getting in case if you opt out a certification from GSTC. You can see you'll be getting lifelong membership with that certificate upgrade, free access to all our events, workshop, boot camps, and guess what? Free access to all our exclusive learning program that we have. Along with that, you'll be getting implementation resources, speaker invites, and newsletter. A lot of benefits, right? To get in touch with our learning advisors to get to understand more about these benefits. And we would love to thanks to all our participants who have shared their experiences with us. So please feel free to share your experiences as well regarding the GSTC and our sessions. We are happy to read them. Also, it shows that GSTC isn't just a certification anymore. It's a transformation backed by real voices. It's good to see how professionals are upskilling themselves, right? So feel free to share your experiences as well. And in case if you're looking for any partnership with GSTC, we do have the relevant spoke mentioned in the slide. You can reach out to them to have an inquiry about it, whether it's individual certification, authorized training partnership, whether it's a university academic partnership or enterprise level partnership. Feel free to reach out to them. I'll also share this screenshot in the chat box for your reference. And without any further delay, I'm truly honored to welcome our today's speaker, Kiran Nama. I would like to tell you all more about Kiran here. So Kiran is a director of data and product and seasoned AI practitioner dedicated to transforming advanced model into tangible, scalable business results with extensive experience leading AI initiatives in merchandising, customer intelligence, and operational analytics. Kiran specializes in guiding CXOs and business stakeholders from isolated pilots to robust, secure, and high-performing AI deployments. He actively engaged with AI and analytical community, sharing programming frameworks and actionable playbooks designed to help teams scale AI initiatives responsibly and effectively. Based in Bengaluru, Kiran partners closely with product, technology, and business leaders, crafting trusted AI solutions that resonate with executives and end users alike. Thank you so much, Kiran, for joining us today to share your insight on one of the important topic. Let's understand from pilot graveyard to P&L impact, scaling enterprise AI with reliability, security, and performance. Thank you so much for joining. We're really excited for today's session. You can have the hand of the mic now. Thank you.
Thank you, Pritam. Really excited to be speaking to all of you. It's a Friday evening. I'm not going to bore you too much, right? I'll try to keep it as short and light as possible, but ensure that you guys there are enough takeaways so that it is worth your time. Let me share my screen quickly. Today, we're going to be speaking about pilot graveyards and moving pilots from dying in a graveyard to actual impacting PNL lines, right? So let's dive in.
I'm
This is
sorry to
this is the
interrupt you, Kiran, but the slide is not in a full presentation mode yet.
okay. Let's try once again. Is this better?
Not yet. We can still see the same all slides all together.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah, you can try that once.
Works now?
Not yet.
It was a little while ago.
I think there's some pop-up I can see. Switch to the slideshow window to continue sharing your presentation. That's the pop-up coming up actually. And when it's disappeared, then again it's the same slide that we are able to see. Let's try once more time. Otherwise, we can just continue with that because I don't think so it will be issue.
Yeah. Let's do that one last time. Yeah.
Yeah. We are able to see all the slides, but that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
I think yeah, we'll just go from there, right?
All right.
So we have a quick session agenda. We'll speak about what's the uncomfortable truth. What are the conversations that are happening? What seem to be the ground truth elsewhere in the alleys, in the waterway filters, and in boardrooms also. We look at the AI scale stack. We look at a couple of pillars, that the foundation and the frameworks to address that, and then we look at your scorecard, which is something you can use immediately on Monday morning. What I would like to do is to start with a question. How many of you have launched an AI pilot in the last 18 months? If you can just answer in the chat, that will be great. Even just a simple yes can do. I would just like to see if this was a real room, then it would have been easier. We'd just have a show of hands. Just give it another 10 seconds. Any sort of AI pilot, right? That's fine. Across different verticals, across different business domains. Okay. So the next question is, how many of these AI pilots have been moved into production and they're actually impacting the profit and loss line? If this was a room and I was in front of all of you, and at least a couple of you had done it, then between the first and the second question, I would expect about 80% of the people to drop down their hands. Right? This is the real gap. And this gap is called the pilot graveyard. And unlike a real graveyard, nobody is bringing flowers to the pilot graveyard. They're only going to get more budget requests for a different pilot. Let's look at the numbers that really matter. Gartner says the global AI spending in 2026 is about $2.52 trillion, and that's up 44% year on year. Let this number sink in. This is more than the GDP of a lot of countries. And that is the scale of the spending. From there, if you move on to the right here, you look at the CEO's verdict. PwC did a huge survey, about 4,500 CEOs across 100 countries, and 56% of them, that is more than half of them, reported zero ROI, right? And this in the same survey, only 12% of them actually reported getting both gains on the top line and the bottom line. That's a huge gap here. And if you move to the bottom right, S&P Global, It has done a survey and it has figured out that 42% of the companies have abandoned any of these AI initiatives that they've started with in 2025. Gartner calls 2026 as the year of the trough of disillusionment. This is the year that AI enters into this trough of disillusionment. What is this? This means that the enterprises are not going to scale any pilots unless they see some tangible improvements in ROI. To summarize this, the world is spending about $2.52 trillion and while we are entering into a trough of disillusionment. It's like buying a Ferrari and parking it in a ditch, a very expensive ditch at that. Two key numbers to show the paradox. On the left side, McKinsey says 88% of the organizations use AI. What does that really mean? It means that the adoption, which was a problem earlier, is now solved. You can check that box, right? Congratulations, adoption is across multiple organizations. It's all done now. That's not a problem anymore. But only 12% uh, actually see financial returns. And this is the PwC numbers. And PwC calls this 12% the vanguard. Look at it this way. New Year resolution. Everybody wants to get a new gym membership, right? 88% of the people actually get a gym membership, but only 12% of the people actually lose weight or put on lean mass, right? The rest of them are just paying a membership fee to feel good. Here, the gap is not technology because AI has solved that. It has democratized the access to technology. The real problem is strategy, architecture, and execution. This is where the AI scale stack steps in to address the pilot graveyard. You have two pillars and just one outcome. The outcome is the P&L impact. If you look at pillar one, it is about choosing the right problem. It is a use case that is worth solving and worth scaling. And it is attached to a direct P&L line. On the right, you have pillar two, which is the right foundation. This is all about your AI ready data. It is about your governance systems. It is about your trust, how you build it, how you build in security and entire production systems that can actually live through and survive the wild, wild west sort of data, right? The messy data, the production data, and all of that. Now, throughout this session, I want you to take away one key outcome or intake. These two pillars are multiplicative. They are not additive. And I'll tell you why. If you have the right problem, if you have selected the right problem that is worth solving, that your users care about, but you have the wrong foundation, then it's an expensive failure. Why? Because the pilot dazzles in the boardroom, but it dies in the shop floor. If you have the wrong problem, not in selected the right problem, it does not impact the P&L line, but have the right foundation, a world-class foundation at it, then it is efficient irrelevance because nobody really cares about the problem you're solving, right? It is zero business impact. And onto the complete right, you have the right problem and the right foundation. This is where compounding returns occur. Value is created, ROI compounds, and then there are flywheels, the data flywheels, the product flywheels, all of them start spinning. So both pillars must be non-zero. You cannot work with just one pillar. That's the key takeaway here. Now, looking at the first pillar, the right problem, you must first find the use case that is worth scaling. And even before it, there is something much more fundamental, right? It is reimagining workflows. I was working with a retailer, and what they did was it was a returns use case. It was a very traditionally designed system. Customer can come in and ask a request for a return, and it goes through an entire process. It has a set of static business rules, and then it has outcomes, outputs, whether they would accept the return, whether they would return a refund or decline the refund itself. Now, in order to modernize this, the retailer just replaced the static business rules with an ML model with obviously very little to no value in terms of ROI, right? And the entire team thought that was the problem, and they replaced that ML model with an LLM, right? And still they did not see any improvements. That is because you need to uh, relook at the entire business process. and reimagine the process before actually applying AI. It is not about slapping AI as a layer onto every problem. It's about rethinking the entire process. Look at how we can optimize the user journey right from the beginning till the end, and then use AI as a lever to expedite value, to increase customer experience, and a whole lot of good things. To this extent, McKinsey has also found that any organizations that redesign the workflows before actually putting in the AI models are 2x more likely to show significant ROI. The use case selection matrix, right? Look at this. If you look at the vertical axis, you have business value from low to high. And what do I mean by business value? You have a use case that directly impacts a P&L line and is also owned by a business exec. On the horizontal axis, you have the feasibility, high feasibility to low feasibility, and feasibility here means your AI ready data, your tech systems, and your talent. You should always start from the top left, which is the scale now. Here you have high business value and high feasibility. Your AI ready data exists, your tech is proven, you have a use case that everybody cares about to be solved, right? And this is where all your money use cases are. If this is the first one, this is your way one, and you must start here. Examples of use cases that fall here are your dynamic markdown optimization, your price optimization, your merchandising sync, and a whole host of other things. These are not sexy use cases, but these are the ones that move the needle. After this, you move on to your right, which is your invest and build. This is again low feasibility, which means your tech is not yet proven. Your foundations, there are parts of it, the entirety of it is not built, but it's a high value business use case. This is still worth pursuing, but it is a wave two territory. Third, you would come down to the quick wins. This is, to build credibility within your internal teams, and it is to build that AI muscle within your team so that, you with more repetitions, you become better and better to do it. Do not overspend your time. And the fourth one is completely avoiding where the feasibility is low and the business value also is low. Don't even look at it. This is where, pilots go to die, really. This is your use case selection matrix. Use this ruthlessly whenever you look at any use cases for implementation. Quickly summarizing to the first section, takeaways. It must always be workflow first rather than model led, right? And that is how it is more likely that you will find ROI. And use this value and feasibility matrix ruthlessly. If something does not attach to a P&L line item, it should not be in wave one until you find a P&L line item that it impacts and a business owner who takes accountability and responsibility for it. While moving on to pillar two, what we'll first talk about is why foundations fail. Right? You saw on the right, you have foundations. Now, what we have spoken so far, you've used the matrix, you picked the right use case, you've ensured that it maps to a P&L line. There is also ownership from a business perspective. What do you do next, right? This is where most enterprises fail because they hit a brick wall. And what is that brick wall? It is that the data stack that was built was for analytics and not AI, which means it was analytics ready data, not AI ready data. What does it really mean, right? Over the last decade or so, most enterprises have spent huge sums of money and they have built in data lakes, they built some clean medallion architectures and some very beautiful dashboards. And all of that was necessary and it was the right call for analytics. However, mistaking that as the same foundation that is sufficient for AI is a big mistake. This distinction is what is at the heart of pillar two, right? Analytics ready and AI ready are completely different requirements. And I want to be clear here. Your analytics investments are not wasted. They need to evolve to become AI ready data or AI ready stacks, right? Your analytics investment was necessary, but that is not sufficient. And let me explain why, the real difference. AI ready data and analytics ready data are completely different. Let's take an example, right? In analytics ready data, what was it built for? It was built for humans, analysts, execs, and all of that. And the very role or the purpose was to explain what has happened. So what did we do? We built very nice data pipelines. We removed outliers. We removed, all noise and unnecessary signals. It is very smooth. Then we aggregated it. We summarized it, and then we provided this clean data to an analyst. The analyst took all of this data. They created some very nice charts, and then they created a story and told that to the leadership team. That is your analytics ready stack. Now for AI ready stack, it is very different. And this is the distinction, right? AI ready stacks are built for model consumptions, not for human beings. And in terms of role or purpose, what they need to really do is to predict the future state, not explain what has already happened. So how does this really work? Right? Think about building a fraud detection model in production. For a fraud detection model, when you get your transaction and stream data, the outliers are the fraudulent transactions. But in an analytics ready world, these pipelines eliminate these outliers, eliminate the boundary cases, eliminate the variance. These are all extremely rich signals for the model to learn. If all of them are stripped off, all the data that comes into the model is good data. And then we finally move this model into production, it is not able to identify any fraudulent transactions. And we're all scratching our heads thinking, hey, why is this not working? This is the real distinction, right? Analytics ready data is like a highlights reel. It is edited, it is nice, it is concise, it is compact, and it has all the right punchy moments. But your AI ready data is like your raw game footage. It consists of all your tackles, your goal kicks, your mistakes, your runs, absolutely everything. And this distinction is huge. And what does Fitran do? Fitran has actually put a number to this distinction and at what it costs. It says 53% of your engineering time goes into pipeline maintenance and not model building, not feature building. What does it really mean? Your AI engineers are actually spending more than half their time to take this analytics ready data and make it usable for consumptions by their models. And that is a huge effort. This is not an engineering problem. This is architectural debt. Imagine if this architectural debt is actually solved and you free up so much time for your AI engineers who can spend a lot of time on feature engineering and actually building richer and better models. That's how high this gap is, and that's how costly this gap is. Now that we know the real distinction between AI ready data and analytics ready data, let's move into the right foundation. The right foundation consists of three gears, right? Your reliability, security, and performance. Think of this as an engine. All these three gears must move together so that the engine moves forward. Even if one of these gears is missing, it does not slow down the engine, it does not move at all. So, this foundation should essentially have all these three parts. Let's talk about reliability. What really is reliability? Reliability is about data and operations underneath. Does your AI system provide the right outputs consistently on a regular basis, whether it is in a sandboxed pilot or it is out in the wild, wild west in production with messy data? It should be consistent with its results. Security, this is about governance and this is about trust. Can your AI models be governed? Can they be trusted? Are they explainable? All of this comes under the security bucket. And then finally, performance. This is about business KPIs, outcomes. Is the AI paying for itself? Let's get into gear one, which is reliability. Reliability is about consistency, as we spoke about. Now, AI-ready data pipelines is the first aspect or attribute that we are going to speak about. This is where the difference between AI-ready data and your analytics-ready data actually operationalizes, right? Your AI-ready data requires granular data, it needs context, and it has to be representative. It is not going to be clean dashboard sort of data as we already spoke about. Now, think about this, right? We can achieve this if you already have an analytics ready data. We can move on to an AI ready data by in one of those two ways. There are multiple ways, but these are the most two popular ones. You can have parallel data pipelines. One is your analytics ready data pipeline, and the other one is the AI ready data pipeline. Or two, the other option is you can have an architecture that is flexible, where you evolve your analytics ready data stack into AI ready data stack, which means you take your analytics ready data stack, you slap on a semantics layer, you build in data products and other things, and you make it AI ready data. That's how you create it. Uh, in terms of an example, think about this, right? I was working with a grocery retailer. We were looking at the demand forecasting in the grocery stores. The data that the model was consuming was analytics ready data, which means the granularity was lower. And in this case, all your sales was aggregated at a day level. So there was a certain amount of accuracy for these models. But when we broke down this granularity further and got the daily level data to an hourly level, the model got more variance, and it was able to achieve higher accuracy, almost about 4 to 5% in terms of forecasting. And this is for the fresh category, right? That was a huge step up in terms of what we got. And if you look at it, the model that we used is exactly the same. It's only the data that differed, the AI ready data versus the analytics ready data. And there's a huge step up in the terms of the output. The second attribute we'll speak about in terms of reliability is model monitoring. Once your models are in production, they're going to decay, they're going to drift. It's an eventuality. And there are a multitude of factors for it. The customer behavior changes, shopping behavior changes, trends change, and a whole host of things. If you had put a model in January and it had about 92% accuracy, by the time you come to probably May, it's at 74% accuracy. Now, the problem is if nobody's watching this drop, then nobody really knows, right? And to this extent, Watana has, done a survey and found that 75% of this enterprise report double-digit AI job failures in production, and that is because they do not have automated and continuous model monitoring and real-time drift detection. There is no use of any drift detection reports that gets onto a lovely dashboard that an analyst will look at every alternate Friday. It has to be real time and it has to be a trigger for a human being to take immediate action. The third aspect is fallback and human in the loop. Now, when your model does not know the answer, it is better it does not give you a wrong answer, right? So no answer is always better than a wrong answer. And to this end, there must always be fallback or fail safe measures put in for any models and for any AI. Think about this retail nightmare scenario. A pricing engine gets corrupted competitor data at 3 a.m. in the morning. The corrupted data is that a $200 product is being sold at $5. The engine consumes this data. It recommends a 90% discount on the product. At 6 a.m., this price goes live. This is probably going to be the best Monday morning for a couple of users who arrive in early, right? And the worst Monday morning for the finance team. What could go wrong further? Imagine if your CFO figured out this by a customer's tweet rather than an internal alert. There couldn't be anything worse, right? This is why there must always be a human in the loop for any fail safes. It is all simple engineering measures and checks that you put in that provide outsized value. For instance, if a confidence threshold it reduces by a certain level, then it must trigger off an alert. It must not approve the changes automatically. If there are anomalies detected, if they're outside certain bands, if the variance is far too great, then it must trigger an alert. It must bring in a human to actually judge this and approve changes. There must be graceful degradations for all of this. Reliability is the unsexy foundation. We spoke about 53% of the engineering timeline is pipeline. Imagine if we could fix that and make all our AI engineers a lot more effective. So that's why we need to fix reliability. Going on to security and governance. Can every AI decision be explained? That is the crux of this. And before I jump in, I want to define security here, right? To reframe this. Security here does not mean your encryption or firewalls. Those are all table stakes today. Security in the context of AI is the risk of your models not being explainable, the risk of your outputs not being governed, or the risk of not having access controls within the organization, which means anybody can create new models and deploy models without any governance. These are the risks in security today from an AI context. Let's look at the first one, explainability and lineage. What happens here? Explainability. Are your models explainable? Is every decision taken by AI really explainable? And explainable to who? Explainable to probably the regulators, explainable to the customers, explainable to even the board members, right? And what about the data? What is the data that was fed into these models that the model has taken this decision? And the data has to be traced all the way from the origin, the different hands and phases it has passed through, who had access to this data, who has edited this data, what data has gone into the models, which models have consumed it, when was the model last updated. This entire chain. You can, the analogy here is your farm to fork model. You look at the source of your food right from the farm. It goes through the entire supply chain. You are able to track where all it's been to, and then finally it lands in the shelf of your supermarket. So that's exactly what explainability and lineage is. And this is not a philosophical question. Given the European Union has enforced a lot of these AI acts. India has enforced a lot of AI acts. This is becoming table stakes. And if you do not have explainability and data lineage uh, in your systems, then it is a ticking time bomb. Let's move on to output governance. And this is hallucination. And this is one of the things that even keeps me at night, and I'm sure it kind of scares a lot of people even in this session, right? What does it really mean? Or rather, let's take a step back. A lot of surveys have figured that business leaders have taken big business decision based on hallucinated content from LLMs, from models, from a lot of other AI systems. What is missing today is there must be a guardrail between the output of the model and the customer. For instance, let's consider this example. There is a customer chatbot. It is talking to a customer about a returns window, and it tells the customer that the returns window is 365 days rather than 30 days. The customer takes a screenshot of it and tweets this, right? And your legal team figures out this from the tweet rather than any internal alerts. There are simple checks that we can put in between the output of the model and before it reaches the customer, like your content filters, your grounding, your confidence scoring, and a whole lot of it. Here, the accuracy of the model is not at fault because the model, for instance, if it's a GenAI model here, it is created to confidently create text and inform the customers. What is missing is the governance of that output. That is where all this content and confidence scoring come into picture. There have to be filters. There have to be simple checks. If there is variance, they have to be reviewed. They cannot be auto approved, and a host of other things. And that's how you look at this. If you look at Gartner saying there are 40% of agentic AI projects that are going to be cancelled by the end of next year. And this is because of inadequate risk controls, inadequate security, and inadequate governance. We finally go into the access controls and shadow AI. In terms of providing access, the governed path must be the path of least resistance. What do I mean by that? While you cannot give access to everybody in the organization to do their own thing, It must also provide a very streamlined way to actually build your models and deploy your models. It should not be a 40-page document that people are running behind, but it should be clear-cut protocols, automated policies that will apply and ensure they approve your models. Think about this, right? And this is a scenario that happens in a lot of organizations and enterprises. Within your organization, some people, and maybe some people in the marketing team, they want to create their own models, right? They use their personal credit card, they buy out a GPT wrapper, they use this to create a model, they use your customer data to train it, and they deploy this. All this without any governance. And this is the scary part of it. Now, to stop this, if you make deploying models, deploying AI into production extremely difficult, that's what gives rise to shadow AI. And to avoid that, you need to have clear policies and make it easy for people to deploy stuff. Right? So basically, security is your explainability, output governance, access controls, all of it put together. And when you're designing your pillar two, you must remember that governance is a feature and not an afterthought. It's not a bolt-on. Moving on to gear three, which is the performance. This is all about looking at is AI paying for itself. We look at the first attribute, which is the business KPI ownership. Every AI system must be tied to a PL&L line item. If you follow through this framework that we've spoken today, you will go through the scorecard, and it will, and your use case, the use case you choose will be tied to a P&L line item. Now that's great, and it will also have a business leader attached to it, not a data scientist, right? Now, once that is done, you have to look at KPIs. There's a critical part where you define KPIs even before you start off the pilot. And your KPI cannot be the model has improved efficiency or the model has improved accuracy. It has to be something like this, right? We've improved accuracy of the demand forecasting model by 8%, which has led to a basket size increase by 6% at a cost to serve of 200K. Now, that is a very well established KPI. It has to be quantified all the way through. Otherwise, it's not a KPI. And unless you define your KPIs right before starting the pilots, there is a very high chance it's going to fail because everybody is going to be talking about everything and nobody knows what the target is or the goal is to reach. Cost to serve. Now, what happens in a lot of use cases and with all this, euphoria of AI? Take for example, there's a fashion retailer. One of the business stakeholders comes up with this very fancy feature. You can point your phone at one of the clothes on the products, and it will give you all the related products. Now, that is a great hit in the boardroom, and it is pushed into production, and this entire team is promoted. They get bonuses and all of that. 6 months later, one of the key business stakeholders asks, "Hey, what is it costing for us to serve this intelligence and serve this feature?" That's when you start putting everything together. You're looking at the inference cost and the number of transactions and what is the cost of compute. Say the whole cost of compute and your inference for a number of transactions in per month is about 400K. And the incremental revenue that this feature is getting 200K. That means you are at a 200K loss per month. So it is extremely important to look at the cost. And when we look at the cost, it is the end-to-end spectrum of it, right? It is the model building, it is the inference cost, it is the compute cost. And some organizations also look at the IT teams, the consulting teams, and a whole host of platforms and tools. If you want to put together all of that, please do it. But this is an extremely important line to keep in mind. Finally, we come to the compounding returns part of it. What happens in the compounding returns? A well-designed AI system should act like a flywheel. And what do I really mean by that? You have a lot of customers and all that data is fed into the model. The model feeds its intelligence into the product, and the product it becomes better and it gets more customers. And the more customers means more data, and the more data makes the model much better. The better model makes the product better, and when the product is better, you get more customers. So this is an entire flywheel, and that's how a lot of things work: the product, the data, and other things. Once it is designed very well, you have feedback loops, and after the first version, you're compounding value and you're compounding ROI also. In pure takeaway, the performance here means KPI ownership, cost to serve, and compounding returns. If you do not have a cost number, that means you should not have a business case and it should not even come here into the pilot stage. I want to put all this together. The pilot graveyard that we are talking about is optional, but the P&L impact is not. Key takeaways, always remember there are two pillars for your P&L. The first one is the right problem. In the right problem, you must always look at the workflow first, reimagine the entire workflow, and then slap on the AI or the model. It's not the other way around. And the P&L owner must be identified before you go into actual pilots. And use the use case matrix for ruthless prioritization. We come on to pillar two, which is the right foundation. We spoke about the difference between AI ready data and analytics ready data. So do not get confused. Please understand the distinction and use this in the right sense. Governance as a feature and not an afterthought. And P&L rigor, which is for your case studies, which is for your cost to serve, all of that must be built in. It's all about execution. It's not technology. Finally, what I want to really do is to go to this AI scale stack scorecard. This is something that you can start using on Monday immediately. It's a simple set of 12 questions. All you have to do is put in red, amber, green, from the right problem, reliability, security, and performance. Look at each of these questions, right? If you have 0 to 1 reds, you're on track. If you have two to a few more, then you have to pause a little. You have to fix certain issues before you actually get into the pilots. If you have 4 or more, that means then you have to actually pause your pilot. You have to fix the foundation. The cost of your credibility here by just going through another failed pilot is a lot more than taking a 2 or 3, even a 3 month foundation sprint where you build in all the aspects that we just spoke about and ensuring your next pilot is actually a lot more successful. That's everything I wanted to speak to you about today. Happy to take any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Kiran, for sharing such a amazing session information with all our participants today. Very insightful. So, as we are open for the Q&A, I would like to request all the participants, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box, as we still have 10 to 15 minutes to cover all the questions that you have. So, please use the chat box to share your questions. And meanwhile, we get a question. I would like to tell you all that I do have some great announcement for all of you. So stay connected till the end of this session. And for your reference, I'll be sharing our speaker's LinkedIn profile link in the chat box. So feel free to reach out to Kiran in case if you have any question or anything that you want to discuss about the today's session. Feel free to reach out to him. You'll find his LinkedIn profile link in the chat box. So let us know if you have any question. We'll wait for next 2-3 minutes. And regarding the participation certificate, someone asking, Tuhib was asking, yes, we will provide the certificate for the participation by the end of this series. So do not worry about that. You'll get the certification on the registered email address itself. It seems our participants have understood everything. They just don't have question for you today. It seems like.
That's great. I think it's a Friday evening as well, and people are already heading for their favorite watering hole. So
But I must say that you have covered a lot of things in 45 minutes, maybe less than that, but it was very insightful. We look forward to have more sessions with you, Kiran. Thank you so much for joining here today.
Thank you.
We would love to hear final thoughts from you for all our participants who joined us today. So, yeah.
So, everybody is fascinated about AI and everybody wants to implement this. We already spoke about adoption is not a problem at all. It is about the execution. And there is, I think, over 2 years and multiple pilots, there is a lot of learning that we all have. And hopefully, I'm able to share some of my learnings as well with you. Please use the use case matrix, be ruthless about it. Look at all the factors, variables that you actually need to make an pilot successful. Use the two pillars as your guiding lights. Remember, they're non-zero, and the three gears within the pillar two as well. None of it is not negotiable. Yeah, all the three have to work. And even if you have to look at it, I get questions, sometimes, hey, can I start with pillar one and then move to pillar two? No, that's not possible at all. Both of your pillars must be working in tandem. Remember that both of them should be non-zero. However, what happens is pillar one, which is your use case prioritization, that can happen a lot quicker. It might take 2 to 4 weeks. You'll get all your business leaders in a room. You get a bunch of use cases. You'll do a prioritization. You'll map all the P&L line items. That's a 2 to 4, maybe maximum 6 weeks exercise. So that's quickly done. But your data foundations and pillar two is much longer. You need to ensure that all your data is right and all your reliability and security and performance factors are pushed in. That may be a 4 to 6 week, 6 month or even much longer, depending on where exactly you are in this maturity curve. So that'll keep going longer, but you need to have those elements already in place. So good luck to all your pilots, guys.
Wonderful thoughts. Thank you so much sharing such a important note to all our participants today. And I've got some messages that they have missed the session for 15-20 minutes in the beginning. So no, do not worry. You can reach out to our learning advisors to get the access for the recordings. And also the recordings will be available on the YouTube. You can access our GSTC official YouTube channel to check the recorded session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you so much, Kiran. We'll look forward to having you for another session as well.
Thank you, guys.
So I do have some quick announcement as I mentioned earlier in the chat box. So this announcement is regarding the certification program that we have. So you can check out all the listed certification we do offer, where you can opt out for AI Foundation, AI Tool Mastery and Agentic AI, AI Domain Specialist, AI Strategic Integrated, AI Guardian, and AI Change Evangelist and Leadership Advocate. You can use this promo code AI20 to get amazing discount, which is 20% off, and this is limited time offer. So feel free to check this out and sign up yourself for the certification program. Or if you need any help with it, feel free to reach out to learning advisors. You'll find the details in the chat box. And this is utility tool. Those who have joined us for the first time, I've been announcing this tool as we have introduced this tool in the GSTC earlier. So this tool will help you to level up your profile. How? It will provide you an improvement tips, how to level up your LinkedIn profile score and your AI skill score. Also, this tool has a feature where you can build your personal brand and create AI generated resumes as well, right? So check this out. I have already shared the utility link along with this promo code. Do not forget to use this promo code AUG100 to get 100% off. And this is only for our webinar attendees. All right. So you'll find the details in the chat box itself. And I'm happy to make this announcement that this is the continuation of this series. We'll be having three amazing, incredible AI experts will be joining us for the next week, 13th to 17th April 2026, with the same time slot, which is 8:30 according to Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So do join us. You can use the same registration link for this upcoming week as well. And this is another series, which is the continuation of our learning and development series. We'll be having these incredible industry experts joining us to share the insights. Next week, do join us. I have already shared the registration link and the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. So you can register yourself if you haven't yet. So do join us. The time slot is different for this, which is 11:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 11:30 a.m. Do join us. And there's another series. We do conduct 3 series in the GSDC. So I have already made an announcement for the 2, and this is the third series that we are conducting on governing AI with ISO 42001 from policy to practice. So we do have this incredible panel of speakers, industry experts who will be joining us to share the insights. This is for the upcoming week, 30 to 17th April, with a different time slot, which is 9:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. To join us, you'll find all the registration link with the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. So feel free to join us over the WhatsApp group to get daily updates on the event. And I do have some great announcement for all of you that we'll be having panel discussions on 21st April and 5th May for learning and development in enterprise, which is a open panel discussion. Do join us with the time slot that is happening at 10:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Do join us for this amazing panel discussion, and let's hear insights from our experts. And we do have these referral champions who have referred maximum people to this series. Let's congratulate to them. And we'll be getting back to all the winners who earns 50 or more than 50 points. We'll be getting back to them with the rewards, which is worth $400. So do refer maximum people as referring people to knowledgeable and powerful sessions like this. It is something that you are taking step ahead and becoming thoughtful leader, isn't it? So we'll be announcing all the final winners at the end of the series. So you still have a time to refer people and be the winner, as top 3 winners will be featured on the GSDC Wall of Fame as well. And in case if you're looking for any speaker opportunity at GSDC, feel free to reach out to us. You can share your profile with me and my colleague. I've already shared the LinkedIn, the email address in the chat box. So feel free to reach out to us. You can share your speaker profile with us. We'll make sure that is getting reviewed, and we'll get back to you with the speaker opportunity in case all criteria gets met. So we do have a global platforms, as you all know, learning capsules, webinar, and podcast. So grab this opportunity and be speaker at GSDC. And this is our social media network where you can scan this relevant QR to connect with us on the social platforms to get daily update on event, webinar, boot camps, and the panel discussions, upcoming panel discussions that we have. Also connect with us over WhatsApp group to get link, the upcoming registration link for the upcoming webinars as well. And also you'll able to see all the new launches on the certification program. So please feel free to take the scan the QR and connect with us. I'll just quickly wait 1 minute for all of you to take the screenshot. I hope you all have taken the screenshot. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today and supporting us throughout the week. I hope to see you all for the upcoming live sessions and the panel discussion. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, Kiran. I'll see you again.
Thank you.